Hello fellow drivers, my name is Risky. Welcome to another Gran Turismo 7 tutorial video. Today we're going to be going over book 42 in your cafes, and this is the Daytona road course for Vision, Gran Turismo, and Group 1 category. So, here's what you need to know, right? So for this race, you've got 10 laps, we've got pretty aggressive tire wear and fuel consumption, and we have 5 tires to choose from. Now we are limited to 950 performance points, so let's see what that looks like. Now we're going to be using the Alpine Vision Gran Turismo Group 1 car, and I'm actually going to show you what I changed by going to the factory settings. So this is what the car looks like when you open it up for the first time. Obviously you're going to need the transmission, and you're going to need to buy the turbo as well. And for the other races, I would also go ahead and buy the limiter as well as the weight distribution. So this is what you need. You're only going to use racing medium tires for this race. And here's what I did. So I've changed the height, right? So I set this to 73. I changed the front camber to 3.2. This is a fantastic way to get your performance points down, as you know, this actually changes a very little bit of the characteristic of your car. It's not too terrible, but it does change the statistics as far as braking, acceleration, so far and so forth. So 73 is a great height to be at, especially because of the curbstones, and you want to be kind of floating over them so it doesn't throw you off. Now I left the aerodynamics as I wanted, as default, and if you wanted to, you can actually increase these a little bit depending on what you want. So let's see what we can get away with here. So just a little bit more, okay? So we're going to add a little bit of front downforce. That should help me on the exit and the chicanes. So that's pretty much all you're really going to need. So let's go ahead and look what this race looks like. Now it is going to take a little bit to load. I am using a PlayStation 4, and obviously I don't want to show this in the menu because there's going to be a lot of background noise once we get into the race. So if you guys have any other questions, obviously you can always leave me a comment. And as far as any other videos, I do make a lot of tutorial videos if you're interested, and I will be making Suzuka as well as all the other races for the new cafes. So be sure to tune in. If you really enjoy my comment, I obviously appreciate new viewers. So with that being said, our opponents are McLaren VGT. That's actually a really good opponent. Usually wins, actually. Valerio is driving the Group C, you know, old school Nissan, and that is a good car on fuel consumption as well. So they're going to be up there in the results. So let's go ahead and look at our fuel. Now you want to expand this fuel to 5 laps. A little bit of understeer there. The tires are cold. You're going to have this effect on coming right out of the pits. So Sala's actually blocked my entry there. But this car is so fast, guys. Look, I want you to look at this, okay? I'm obviously short shifting, and you're actually going to be able to save fuel and just put the fuel map on 6 here, because you are just pulling away from everybody at this point. You want to cut across the yellow here, wait for the throttle, and just before that curb on the right hand side, you can go ahead and go into full throttle there. Look at my speed, guys. That's 200 miles an hour for those of you guys watching this in the US. So even on fuel 6, look at that. I still have 5 laps left to go. If this does not work out for you on medium tires, you are welcome to use hards and just increase the downforce, and that should definitely help you get through as far as tire wear goes, and you should be just fine. Now, a great way to save fuel is to actually let go of the throttle early before every corner. So like right about here, see I'm coasting a little bit and then I'm braking. That will also save your front tires as well, and really tires overall. And as you can see, I'm eating my rear tires quite a bit, so I'm actually going to put this at -2 to kind of balance it out. Now look at this. I am on fuel map 6 and I'm just flying past these guys right now. Make sure you're very careful here, because on hard difficulty they do tend to take a dive and they can take you out. They definitely can take you out. Guys, look at our fuel. 4.8 laps still remaining. So we're doing fantastic on fuel, fantastic on pace. Now, you don't have to save as much fuel as I am, but I just wanted to show you guys that it is possible to do those 5 laps very comfortably, even on fuel map 6. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the pace here a little bit, because we don't need to do more than 5 laps. I'm gonna show you just how fast this car is around this track. I steered in a little bit too late there, but look how fast I'm catching up, guys. There's no sense in really saving that much fuel because you're flying so quickly here. So if you're looking at my fuel right now, I'm gonna try to go for 3 more laps because it does make sense to do that. Woo-hoo-hoo! I can't believe I just held on to that. I'm gonna leave that in the video because that was absolutely insane save, guys. That was a crazy save. And this is why I think that running slightly higher aerodynamics overall can be helpful, especially into turn 1. And as you can see, you know what? Our tires are degrading pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna do the end of 5th lap. We're gonna get into 1st place here, so we can look at what it looks like up here. So Valerio is actually 1st, like I was saying. Now that should be the Nissan, if I'm not mistaken. At least that's what the menu was showing. That's weird. That's not the Nissan. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought that was 1st place. So here you have fourth lap here. So we're gonna do 1 more. So the other thing is, like I was saying, there's Miyazono with the McLaren. Being on fuel map 6 limits your top speed into turn 1, and that is another thing that can definitely help you. As well as accelerating, once you have tire use, your tires are used. If you put your fuel up, you're basically limiting the horsepower of your vehicle, and you're gonna get stable exits. Now I'm being very careful here I'm really losing tires now. I'm gonna try to gain the speed I need on the straightaway because that's gonna be the easiest way to gain the gap. Can we pass him, guys? Just barely, just barely. Now, I like leaving my mistakes in videos because it shows you where you can also make a mistake. So I like videos where I do make a mistake here and there because it does teach you guys, you know, different things. Now remember, you're using medium tires. Now it's showing that in order to complete this, I need to do like 95% fuel. We both know that, you know, we don't need that much fuel to really complete it. So I'm actually gonna fuel less so that I can save my tires. Because less weight of your vehicle is gonna, you know, degrade your tires a lot less. So I think that we can pull it off with 90%. I think that's gonna be just fine. So as you can see, some of those opponents are on soft tires, but you saw how fast those tires are degrading. I don't know. I think those cars might actually have a little bit more aerodynamic, a little bit more downforce. So I think that's why they're able to hold that down. And we're also flying compared to their times. And I mean, 129 is pretty relatively quick. So I'm gonna drive in a way that I want to conserve my tires. So I'm gonna show you guys another trick. As you can see, I'm at 4.3 laps right now, right? Now I took less fuel to show you how I'm gonna be just fine all the way to the end as far as saving fuel in case somebody does make that mistake. You can see where I'm shifting very early. I see how I extended that. So now it's showing me, you know, my 4 laps. Now I'm gonna show you guys a trick on how to keep track of where you're at on the track and how much fuel you're gonna need to complete the lap. What? There's first place right there, Valerio. So we actually came out ahead of him. So our strategy is working great. I believe Kokobun and everybody else in front hasn't actually pitted yet. So we'll see what that ends up looking like. Alright, here's my trick, guys. You see this flag right here on the right? Right here. This is half the lap. Where that Daytona sign is, this is where you want half the lap. So you can see I'm at 3.8, so I can go ahead and drive a little bit faster. This car is so good at this track, guys. I really don't think you guys are gonna have any issues. Good on speed, good on fuel, decent on tires. I mean, the pace that we're going, I think we're gonna be just fine. Now you notice I let go of my throttle so I don't have to be so aggressive on my brakes. Nice and smooth. Smooth on my exit there. Very patient on my throttle. be careful here on the exit. These cars accelerate very quickly. Look at that. We're going to be running a 128. So compared to our third lap at 129, we're now running a 128. Our car's lighter. There's no traffic. We're doing really well. There's the pit, guys. Look at that. They have 7 and 4% left. So they were able to run 8 laps, but still had to go into the pit. Miyazono is now 7 seconds ahead, but I think he's going to pit on the very last lap. So don't panic if you see Miyazono in front of you or somebody in front of you, especially if you're running like a 128 or 130 even. That pit I believe is around 25 seconds long, give or take. So if you're not good at keeping track of who's on the track and who's pitted yet, if he's that far ahead of you, I mean, I really don't think you should sweat, because he's going to go in the pit. Tires are starting to be used now, guys. And we're flying. I think I'd still catch him even if he didn't pit. I'm going to use fuel saving here now. So there he goes into the pit, guys. Like I said, I think he could have finished that. Well, no. I'm at 14% with 1 lap. So yeah, I mean, it's possible if the difficulty was actually lower and he was driving slower, he might actually do this without a pit. Now, I don't know what the coding is for that difficulty, because I haven't tried it. But it is possible that in some of these scenarios, that these opponents are actually able to do a better pit strategy and beat you in a pit strategy way, not necessarily on pace because of fuel. So it's very interesting the way the game works, and it's definitely something to keep in mind. So again, look at my fuel, guys. 0.6. And here we're going to get to the Daytona sign. See? And here we go. Half a lap. You see that? And that's your indicator of where you need to be with fuel if you want to complete the lap. Look at that beautiful sunset. Beautiful Florida sunset. What do you think, guys? Can I catch him? Of course we can catch him, because we have the fantastic car choice. Absolutely worth it, guys. Look at that. 0% fuel across the line. Boom. Beautiful, guys. We did it. No problem. So, like I said, this is it. I mean, look at that. So I had a 12-second gap. I don't expect everybody to be at this pace, especially with controller. So just, keep in mind, you've got a great car choice, good pit strategy. Just keep at it. If you don't beat it, maybe try a different difficulty. It doesn't hurt. So thank you for watching, and I definitely appreciate new viewers. I will be making more videos on this, and hopefully you stick around. I'll see you on the next one. Ta-da!